Hey, ah, alright, hey guys. Today I'm going to be streaming my point of view on what I think is happening in the game at the moment. Today I'm going to be talking about the Broncos and their current situation. I'll be going on about a couple other things, but I'm going to try to stick it around to Broncos. So at the moment, they're not going really well this year. They've had 3 wins, and that's against Cowboys, Broncos, Cowboys, the Rabbits, and another team, but with the whole Seabold situation, I don't know how this is going to pan out. Like, Seabold, I believe that he is a good coach, but he's just not getting him to do what he wants. And see, with the thing is, if you're a coach, you have to work with your players, but yet you have to be in charge. But with Seabold, he's just, it's weird, but anyway, we'll talk about him later. Payne Haas. He is a rig, I reckon. He's one of the best forwards in the game at the moment. And the thing is, he's only 20. He's only new to the game. He's already been to America and played, but I'm pretty sure, but this is where he belongs, I reckon. So, like, he's already up in the middle, taking the hits, running the ball. He's just a phenomenal player. But I reckon he's best. Me personally, I reckon he should be at like Newcastle Knights or something with a team who can use him properly. But just with Broncos using him, he's just running. He's not actually doing anything. If we can get him out doing something, I reckon that would be really good. But what else? Brodie Croft. Let's talk about him for a while. Brodie Croft, I reckon we should look out for him. Brodie Croft is going to be a good player. He's going to be out controlling the field. He's going to be doing everything, I reckon. But because when you look at Brodie, he's out there. He's swinging it. He's calling the shots. But he's a little rig. Not a little rig. He's a little gun. But when you see him play, to me, he looks like an up-and-coming star. He's just knows what he's doing, and because he has that extra background of playing, like he's been with the Broncos, he's now with the Broncos, but he's with the Storm, and when he was with the Storm, he was doing all right. Like he was going to be good if we give him time and he gets used to the game at this level. He will be a good player. I reckon he'll be a good rep player when he comes up. But another thing, there's so many things to talk about. With Broncos, one of their main players is Dave Fifita, a young gun who's 19 years old. But with the whole Titans and the Broncos situation, I believe that he hasn't made the right decision to go with the Titans, sorry. Don't get me wrong, Titans are a good team and they're coming up. They're now 14th, I'm pretty sure. But I believe that it just isn't for Broncos. And if he stayed at the Broncos, he would have done exceptionally well. But next year, I reckon Seabold's going to be gone for next year. It's just my personal view on it. But if they kept Fifita, and next year, and they use him properly, they sort some skill and they sort out their plays, what they want to do, and just see how it goes. I reckon Fifita, he already is one of the best players in the game, best second rowers. He's 19, again, like I said before. He's big, he's tall, and he knows how to run the ball, and he has speed. I had a look at some of Fifita's clips, and this is from when he was back before playing in the NRL. There's one clip that stands out to me the most. It was in a scrum half, and they were doing a scrum, and he's taking it from lock, and he's running an 80-meter try. And if you see, when you watch it, everybody's chasing after him. But for a second rower, he was leading them. No one else was behind him. The wingers were trying to catch up to him. But it was just he's a phenomenal player, and I'd love to see him used properly. And what else? All right, let's talk about last night's game. I had the scores here. With the Rabbitohs, they were on fire. You couldn't stop them. They were just doing it, and they had no care in the world. They were just going to win, and they wanted to win. The Broncos, when they were versing up against them, it was really close in the first half, but after the first half, they just lost it. They couldn't get there, and unfortunately, they ended up losing 28-10. But I mean, that's just how it is, and they need to get some grit in them. But with the Eagles and Warriors game, I didn't really watch that one. I was betting for the Eagles to win, but unfortunately, that didn't come. The Warriors came on top, and they ended up winning. But Eagles, when they don't have Tommy Turbo, it's obvious they start to lose. Like if you have a look at the stats from when they have Tom and when they don't, when they have Tom, they win their games because Tom's out there. He's leading them. He's telling them where to go and what to do. But when he's not, they start to look with like chickens without a head. But Roosters versus Dragons. I mean, we always knew who was going to win. It was always going to be the Roosters. Like they're coming fourth, I'm pretty sure. So if they're coming fourth, they're doing something right. With the Roosters, they have Tedesco, they have Victor Radley, and now they're getting Sonny Bill back. They have all these key players, and they're leading the game. Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Eels, they're leading the game. They're showing us what they can do and why they should be at the top. And this is why they're in the top four. So with the Roosters, they've won it 2 years in a row, so it's obvious that they have some skill. And they're with Tedesco. I love Tedesco and how he plays. He's always, when a forward take a run, he's always up there with him. He's looking for an offload so he can try and get some extra meters. He's in the back place. He's doing everything, which is exceptionally phenomenal for a fullback to be doing. That's what you want your fullbacks to be doing. And when there's fullbacks not doing that, you can see it doesn't work. I remember there was a game. It was Broncos versus Storm. Anthony Milford, he was at fullback. He did 7 runs and got 40 meters, while Ryan Pappenhausen was in there and he got 160 meters. That's what you want your fullbacks to be doing. You want them to be taking the ball, running it, not just be there to catch the balls and bring it back up and just pass it. You want your fullbacks to be taking it and doing the work. Don't hang all the way back. I want them, if I was a coach, I would want my fullbacks to be at least around 20 meters back. So if they do a little kick, like a chip and chase, he's there to take it. And on the line, I want him to be just in the goal, because then if the ball comes through, he can pick it up. But if they decide to do a run, he doesn't need to run up far. He can go in and try and make that tackle. But Cowboys at this year. Cowboys. I'm a North Queensland boy, and I've gone to the facilities and I've trained there for a schoolboys thing. But Cowboys, they're gone bad this year. They've lost JT, so because they've lost JT, they don't have a leader. They have Valentine Holmes, who's been in the game, but he doesn't have that leader characteristic in him. With JT, he was always there. You'd never see him just be quiet. He was always there talking and yelling at people to do their jobs and what they need to do so they can end up winning. And fortunately, in 2015, I'm pretty sure it was, they won the grand finals off JT. I mean, it was a bit sad to see him miss that kick, but he ended up redeeming himself with the field goal. But because they don't have JT anymore, they had no one to lead them. That's why they're doing so poorly. And with Paul Green gone, I feel like they should have kept Paul Green, but Paul Green gone. He's been there for a while and he knows the ins and outs of football. He breathes football. He's just always in there. He knows what to say, and he's a good coach, I reckon. But it was sad to see him go. But because like I was saying, they don't have JT anymore. The person that I would put down as someone to lead them, he does, but he doesn't do it like JT does. JT, he's one of the best. Like, you can hate the Cowboys as much as you want, and you can hate JT, but you can still see that JT was a phenomenal player and a great leader to the game. But Kyle felt like that's who I would put down. I was only talking about this the other night to one of my family members that we're talking about the captains and who they should be, and who you would put down. But it's unfortunate to see JT's gone, and that because JT is gone, they don't have a leader and they're doing so poorly. But we'll just have to have a look at the other talents. Some the Storm, like I was saying before with the fullbacks. I know, guys, I'm going everywhere with this. I'm a bit nervous, but we'll just excuse me 1 minute. I'm just going to mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was just looking at something. Yeah, so because they don't have JT anymore, it's unfortunate to see the way they're going back down to like 13th or 12th, I'm pretty sure. I'd love to see them get top 8, but I reckon they could get there, but that's as far as I reckon they can get. It's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. Something else with the Cowboys, I really like what Scott Drinkwater's doing. Like, he's leading them, like, and he's trying to be the role model, not the role model, the leader. But that's what your halfbacks have to do, and he's setting his players up. But in the end, it's just sad, really. But let's hop off the Cowboys topic. I'll probably come back to that, but I would like to switch to Storm and how they're going. I know that I've named this what's happening with the Broncos, but to be honest, a lot of things happening with the Broncos. They've lost 3 of their 2 best players. They lost a dummy half at the start of the year. Now they've lost Fafita. It's a bit, and then Milford, he's out for an injury, I'm pretty sure. So, but Darius Boyd, I like to see that he stepped back up to where he used to play. And to me, I reckon Darius Boyd should have always stayed at fullback. He's an exceptional fullback. He just knows, because he's been there for that time, he knows how to run the ball. He knows what to do. He's just an all-out good player. So, and like I said with Fafita before, he's only 19, but he's already won the best second rows in the game. But I don't know. It's a bit controversy with how he's going, but it's a bit. I'd love to see him stay at the Broncos. Like, but obviously that's his choice, and he's gone to go to the Titans. But we'll just have to see how it goes for him. And excuse me. Yeah, but so with the Storm, they're going really well this year. I knew they would be around top 6, but top 4, they're not going. Top 2, actually, they're top 2. Sorry, I was mistaking the Roosters and the Storms, but Storm this year, they're going exceptionally well. How they're running the ball with Slater gone, and with, unfortunately, Cronk gone. They haven't lost a lot, really, because with Ryan Pappenhausen, he's come in, and to me, Billy Slater is always going to be one of the best fullbacks. Darren Lockyer, Billy Slater, Matty Bowen, Greg Inglis, they're always going to be up there. They're the best. Ben Barber as well. Can't forget him. But Pappenhausen, from the first time I saw him, I knew that he's going to be, we better look out for this kid because he's going to be some serious damage in the future. And again, with Munster. So we have Munster, and I forget the other halfback, but sorry. Munster, he played with Cooper, and he just leads them, and he's already played for Queensland a couple times, but I don't know if he played for Australia. He might have, but Munster's just such a good ball player. He knows how to handle the ball. He knows when to throw it, and he's so good with his kicks as well. Don't get me wrong, but Cameron Smith is better than him. But Munster, he's just always going to be one of those players who, like, you think to yourself, if you're playing him, all right, what's he going to do? Because you never know what he's going to do. He's that good of a player. And Cameron Smith, I reckon he should have retired a couple years ago, but I know he wants to go out with a bang, win the grand final, because that would be the best way to leave the NRL. Go out with a final under your belt. So, and he already has a couple finals, I'm pretty sure, but just to end it on a Telstra Premiership, that would be really good. But Cameron Smith, he's been in the game for one too many years, I reckon. But if he was younger, all right, how do I say this? But if the old Cameron Smith came here with the talent that Cameron Smith now has, he would be, again, one of the best. He already is one of the best dummy halves. He is the best. But if he was younger, I would love to see him play when he was younger. Just due to my age, I could never see that in person. But if I could look on the telly and see him play, it'd be amazing, I reckon. But when Smith does leave, I believe that Bellamy's going to leave as well. This is just I don't know why, but Craig Bellamy and Cameron Smith, they're the Storm's icons. You look up Storm, and first thing when someone says, "What do you think?" when you hear Storm, you hear Cameron Smith, and then you hear Craig Bellamy. Bellamy, I believe that once Smith is gone, he's just going to go with him, because they're the pair. When you had Smith, Cronk, and Slater, they were a trio. But then you also had Bellamy and Smith. They were a duo. They just know each other. They know each other. He's a phenomenal coach, and Cameron Smith, he's a phenomenal player. He's just a phenomenal captain. Like, they're just both amazing. But I reckon they should retire. I don't want to see Craig end up like Wayne Bennett. But with Storm, they have so many good players. Like, it's not funny anymore. Like, it was never funny, but they have just these phenomenal players. You have Justin Olam, you have Josh Adokar, you have Ryan Pappenhausen, you have the Bromwiches, you have Kafusi, you have Smith, you have another Smith. It's just ridiculous. But with all that talent, you can see why they're in the top two. And with Smith leading them, they should win it this year, I reckon. Panthers are doing well. I don't really follow them, so I don't have much to say about them, but I'm super proud of them for being on top, and Eels, they were doing really well. But with the Eels, Mike Acevo, one of the best wingers in the game, like, for a person who'd never played football when he was younger to come to Australia and then play, like, professionally for the Eels, that's a big feat. Like, he's came without any clue of footy, I'm pretty sure, because I had a look at him. He's one of the best wingers in the game. He can run over anyone, and just the tries that he does, the flying Fijian. But it's amazing to see what he can do. And with Gutherson and Mitchell Moses in there, you have an unstoppable combo, because you have Moses puts in the kicks. There's either Gutherson or Sevo going to get him. You have Gutho doing those bullet passes to Sevo. That's the new trio, I reckon. So you have Gutherson, Moses, and Sevo. But so some of the best fullbacks in the game: Ryan Pappenhausen. You have Kalen Ponga. What's his name? Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and the fullback at Cowboys. I actually quite like him. The fullback at Cowboys. I reckon he can go a long way. It's just seeing him play, you just have that feeling like, man, this kid can do well. I see this kid. He has a future in football. He It's same when I just saw Ryan Pappenhausen. You just see him and you're like, yeah, this kid's going to do something. But I can't forget Teddy Tedesco, Tom Trbojevic, and the Raiders. I forget his name. What is his name? It doesn't. I bet you I'll think of it, but yeah, it's a shame to see that Warriors doing so bad with. Oh, not so bad. They're like they're 12th, I'm pretty sure. But it's a bit of a shame to see them down there when I know they can do better. But it's just how it is, and just how they play. But yeah. So yeah, we have the Knights. Sharks are 7th. Jeez. I don't personally like Sharks. It's just something you have where you have a team where that's your rival team. But I don't really. Sharks aren't my team. But see, you have the teams who are doing well and they have someone to lead them. They have Panthers, Storm, Eels, Roosters, Raiders, Rabbits, Sharks, and Knights. Knights, you have Mitchell Pearce, you have Kalen Ponga, you have the forwards. And something that Gordon Taylor said, and it's always stick with me, your forwards decide who wins and your backs decide by how much. So when you have your forwards, with the Storm, you have Bromwich, you have Suliasi, I'm pretty sure. Sorry if I get this wrong, but you have him, you have Brandon Smith, the lock. It's just, that's why they're coming second, because they're playing and they're not giving up. They're going for the full 80 minutes and swapping out, and with Rabbits were pretty good last night. I'll give them that. It was a bit messy, but they still ended up getting 30-10, I'm pretty sure. But let me have a look here. The score last night to Rabbits, 28-10, sorry. But Rabbits, they were just running the ball. They were running with meaning. They were trying to score. They were trying to win. But Broncos, they were still half asleep, as my coach says. Like they went there thinking that they were going to lose. Because the thing is, when you play football, you have to think that you're going to win. So you have to always do that. If you go into a game, you have to think that you're going to win. But as at the bottom, you have Bulldogs 16th, Broncos, Titans, Cowboys, Dragons, Warriors, Tigers, and Eagles. I'd love to see the Eagles, Tigers, Dragons, and Warriors go up and swap with Sharks, Rabbits, Raiders, and Panthers. So in my top 8 teams to go to the finals, like quarter, semi, and grand, I would like to have the Knights versus Rabbits, the Warriors versus the Eagles, the Tigers versus the Eels, Storm versus Roosters, because I would love to see Storm win, because it's just, I like the Roosters, don't get me wrong, but Storm is just, they're top 4, they're both in the top 4 teams, and just have Storm win, it'd just be a good spot in my heart. But who else? With the fullbacks, I'd like to compare Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Kalen Ponga. I know they both have a different playing style, but they both have the step of the gods. Like, that's what Rocket Rogers' nickname is, the step of the gods, because he runs with such speed and such power, and when he just goes, he just puts on that little sidestep and he's gone. It's just amazing what he can do. And with Ponga, you don't want to get your ankles taken by him. Like, he has such a good step on him. Like, when I first saw him, first thing he reminded me of was Sean Johnson and his step. Sean Johnson, he has one of the best steps that I've ever seen, but Kalen Ponga, he just knows how to really use it. But Sean Johnson, he uses them in nines, but because he's a halfback, he has to more pass the ball. Same with Kalen Ponga, but I believe Kalen Ponga uses his step better than Sean Johnson in a normal match. But when it comes to the nines, Sean Johnson, he takes for the win. But I'll probably end the stream here. I've been streaming for like 25 minutes, just rambling on. But the reason I'm doing this today is because the fields are too wet, as it's been raining for the last couple of days. So But thank you guys for watching, and might do this. I'd like to make this a series. I probably will, but thank you guys. Next time I have more information about one team instead of just rambling on. But thank you. Bye.